Hey you guys, it's been a while since I've done a vlog, and today's vlog's gonna be pretty chill. I started getting some books, so the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set up my bookshelf. I'm gonna be filming another video today. You'll see the topic on that. It's a little personal, but yeah, let's set up this bookshelf. Okie dokie.
I'm gonna take this little baby nap.
Good night. So I got this bookshelf from Amazon. Random spur of the moment last week. I think it was last week, where I was just like, I want to get a book to read. I don't want to watch anything. The shows aren't hitting the same way as they were hitting pre-COVID. Same for the movies too. I have an AMC membership, but there's not really that many good movies out. I might watch a movie today. But anyway, yeah. I always just felt like getting a book. And one book ended up into like 6 books and some bookmarks and then a bookshelf. Oh, this thing is complicated. Why you close the door? Help me! I thought it was one of those easy slide, the what is it called? Octagon screw where you just screw it on and stuff like that. This is a real screw. Nobody does this anymore. Please?
Let me do it right now.
Let me see if I can figure it out.
Yeah. Just try real quick. Get a nap before I go to work. That's all it is.
Okie dokie. Yeah, we're gonna try to figure this out.
It's in the instructions, bitch.
So part of the reason why I got the books is because I don't read.
So
I know this is alarming to some of you guys, and it might sound like really immature of me. Dang, Spooky, you are thirsty. This might sound alarming to you guys that me saying that I don't read. Listen, I got through all of high school and middle school without really reading. I was a skimmer. Like, I was a master skimmer. Skim, look for the exact thing that I need, and that's it. It was kind of hard in college to get through like that, especially with my field, the medical field, dental hygiene. You know, it's a lot as far as like anatomy and physiology and like just the nerves and muscles, pharmacology, all of that type of stuff. But
you could do this. There's only one type of screw, and there's only 4 pieces. You can do this. Just look at the piece. The number next to it is how many pieces there is. And I mean,
I know
look at
I
the
can
letter.
do it. It's just a matter of I don't feel like doing it. I'll figure it out because
if you don't feel like doing it, I'll do it for you later.
I really want this done. Do you have your electric gun instead?
I don't know where it is right now. I have to look for that shit.
Because this is like
no, you don't want to use the drill.
Too much manual labor.
You don't want to use the drill for something like that because you can destroy the screw and the place that it goes in.
Okay.
For real, like I'm not just saying that.
Okay. But Speaking wants to play.
No, he doesn't want to play. That nigga is so cute.
You so handsome. I could literally make a picture out of all of this. Just your face, Bubba. I can't play right now. It's time for business. But anyway, back to the reading situation. In college, it was harder to get by without reading because it was real life, like you needed this for real life, in regards to your career. But I still didn't read in college really that much. Like the books that we were given, the textbooks and stuff like that, I did not study. It was a waste of money, honestly. I just got them because it was a requirement in order to proceed with the class and be in the class. But I really just studied the study guides and made everything make sense to real life. I had to correlate all the situations as far as medical situations and stuff like that into real life and make it make sense to me. That was the only way that I could retain the information. But I've just had this awakening of like, Cilya, you need to read a book. And in the past, I would try to read books by like, you know, listening to audiobooks and stuff like that, purchasing them off of Amazon. And it was not working, honestly. It was just like, I would try to listen to it on the way to work in the car because I don't like to listen to music in the car. On the way to work, I just like pure silence. But even on the way to work, when I'm listening to the book, I would get sidetracked. And then after work, I wouldn't want to listen to anything. So I was just like, you need a physical book, Cilya, so you could actually read it, stay focused, and you have a physical copy, because technology is not going to be guaranteed forever. Let me put this shelf together first. Supposed to use all these screws. Oh, I missed 2 parts. Hold on. Not finished yet. No, just 2 extra screws. I didn't even know that this actually matched the exact type of wood that I have for my coffee table. So I think I might just put this on top of here. Okay, I have to figure out where I want to put this. Like that on the table, or this on the table, or should I have it like a little addition like that? Maybe when I put the books on it, it'll look better. So I ended up putting it here above the fireplace. I feel like that looks pretty cute. Alright, you guys, so the bookshelf is up here and it's finished and it's done. I'm going to kind of go over some of the books that I came across in the bookstore and why I got them. Some of it was because of fate, the way stuff just happened, the series of events in the bookstore while I was there. And another part of it was this YouTuber that I follow. I saved this video like it was like 2 years ago. Her name is Jen IM, but she basically did this video about books that she felt like kind of like changed her life, and she kind of like did like a summary of each book as far as like how it contributed to the person that she is today and affected her life positively. The first one that she was talking about is this 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. Now, this book, it's basically, I've been trying to find books, and ways to kind of help myself and help develop myself mentally, emotionally, physically, and just like spiritually too. I feel like it kind of goes hand in hand. But this is one of the books that she recommended. She said that she's been reading this book for years. She always goes back to this book when it comes to just refreshing her memory on it. This is kind of like her personal Bible. And she was just basically highlighting some things, saying like, you know, being excellent is not only reserved to the people that are great, that we see that are great. It's reserved for people that are like us, you know, normal too. And this really helps you in efficiency in all aspects of your life. But that's why I got this book. I haven't read it yet, but I got this from Barnes and Nobles. Another book that she recommended was Atomic Habits, which I'm pretty sure you guys are, Atomic Habits is pretty, you know, out there and known to some people. It's very familiar. It's a familiar type of book. But so this Atomic Habits book is really good when it comes to basically highlighting implementing good habits into your life and how it will drastically change your life for the better, continuously, long term, not just short term. So this book, she was basically saying like, you know, when it comes to you developing a habit, it's something that your habits kind of correlate with your quality of life. So if you have good habits, that is going to foreshadow a good quality of life. If you have bad habits, you know, vice versa, it's a bad quality of life. But when it comes to habits, you know, just one small habit a day, if you keep doing that small habit and you keep on packing onto it and adding other habits that kind of grow from the first habits that you implement, that's just going to make things better for you long-term wise in your life. So this is what she said this book was really about. I have good habits and I have bad habits. You know, you guys know about the trichotillomania that I have. That's a bad habit that I have. I have other bad habits that I have that are personal that I'm trying to get rid of, you know, mentally. And anyway, the reason why I got this book is because I can develop good habits, but my problem is sticking to them and actually, you know, going through without them to the point where it's literally a habit. Like, I want to start a good habit and be like, this is me, you know, in the future. Like, this is not even a habit anymore. This is part of who I am. This is how the cycle goes for me in my cycle of life. That's why I got this book. This book kind of coincides with this book that I got. So she didn't recommend this book, but we were in the store and my partner, he pulled this book out, and honestly it's so crazy how life works, because I didn't even know, but I don't know if anybody else follows the Daily Stoic on YouTube. I love his videos. I love the messages that he gives out to people in order for, like, you know, for self-awareness, mental stability, growing as a person, and being successful. I feel like his information is more grounded. So if you guys are looking for any information like that, I would suggest that you subscribe to the Daily Stoic. And he writes books. So he always said that he writes book. He put this book out and da-da-da-da. But, you know, like I said, I was never really a book reader. But my partner, he pulled out this book randomly about discipline. And I was just like, I feel like this kind of is in the same category as the other previous books that I mentioned. So I was like, let me just grab this one. 25 pages into the book. I was like, who wrote this book? Like, I love the way they're speaking. Like, I can resonate with him so well. I can, you know, get into the book and stay into the book. Ryan Holiday, the same guy that I follow on YouTube and watch his videos just to feel better about life and feel more motivated about life. Ryan Holiday. And I just felt like this was fate for me to find this book. I started reading this book, and this is actually the first book that I wanted to start reading, which is another crazy thing. But I started reading this book, and oh my goodness, like the references that he has as far as like people, like personal references of historical figures or just people period that I didn't even know about, because I'm not into history. That's my least favorite subject. But this is not that type of history of like politics and stuff like that. This is more so heroes. I feel like they're heroes in their own way, in a way of like setting the standards for discipline and how it can affect your life and change it no matter how hard things get and how you have to push things through. Like some of the references that he has right now relate to any type of people, like athletes, single mothers, people that are in high positions like politics too. But this is really good on how to push through discipline and a better understanding of what discipline is and how it's not easy, and how to get through it and how to implement it into your life and how it's going to change your life if you do implement it into your life full time. But I just started reading this book. I'll give you guys an update about how it is in the future, but this is a really good book. I don't think I showed the name of it, but yeah. Discipline is Destiny. For real. And actually, something that I want to start doing is some of the things that he was saying in the book. I need to get a highlighter so I could highlight some of the phrases, because they are really good quotes for me to come back and look back on, because sometimes when I read, or even if I'm watching something, I forget some important things. And that's the part about why I wanted a physical book, so I could go back and look to it, because it'll be harder if I have like an audio book or something that's electronic. It's going to be hard to get back to it and access that certain phrase that, you know, I'm thinking about, that's going to help me with where I'm at in life at that moment. But on to the next book. All right, so this other book is called The Untethered Soul. This is one of the books that the YouTuber, the first one that I listed, recommended, and I felt like I really needed this book because I am always in my head. I am always in my head. I'm always thinking about things. I'm thinking about bad things. I'm thinking about good things. I'm thinking about all sorts of scenarios, and this kind of helps you decipher which thoughts to resonate with and which thoughts to not resonate with, which thoughts to let affect you, which thoughts to not affect, not let affect you, and stuff like that, and how to weave through it and have more control over that instead of just like letting your thoughts conquer you as a person. But I haven't read this book yet. Funny story, I was supposed to read this book first, but I ordered the soft copy. I took it to lunch with me. My water bottle spilled all over the book and ruined it. So I had to order the hard copy off of Amazon. So I'll be reading this after the discipline book. So I started reading the discipline book because I ruined this book that I was supposed to read first, and I had to wait for this book to come in. And I was just like, let me just start reading another book first. But yeah, Untethered Soul. Okay. This is the next book that I'm going to be going over. So this book is called Boundaries. Now this was recommended. My partner was on the phone with his brother, and his brother was just like talking about boundaries, and he said that he started reading this book, and it's really been helping him. And honestly, I've been trying to work on implementing healthy boundaries for me within myself, what's healthy for me, and pushing myself to do, because sometimes you could be really hard on yourself, and sometimes you could, overexert yourself sometimes, but also with other people when it comes to your relationships, romantic relationships, family relationships, friendships, pet and owner relationships. But yeah, I haven't started reading this book, but it looks pretty interesting, and I feel like it will help me in creating boundaries when it comes to those aspects of my life. Because man, if you're a vulnerable person, not even just like, also like professional field, those type of relationships too, but if you're that type of person who you just love people and you love humanity and you love society, and the act of doing something for someone makes you feel good and gives you some type of euphoria, like being able to make somebody's day. That's why I became a healthcare provider, because I like to make people smile. That's why I'm in the dental field. I feel like your mouth has a lot to do with who you are as a person, how you feel, your daily functioning as far as eating, talking, communicating, smiling, emotions, all of that. Like, your mouth has a lot to do with your facial expressions, but I feel like helping somebody in that aspect, like helping them achieve the physical appearance that they want as far as their smile, as far as like the comfort and the functioning of their teeth, that changes somebody's day drastically. People have dental emergencies and they literally cannot function throughout the weekend until they get this tooth out of their, you know, their head or something like that. But I'm getting carried away. Basically, I love people, and sometimes I love people to the point where it's not really healthy for me. So, and I let people, how do I say this? I let people take more than they're supposed to take, or, you know, sometimes, you know, they cross the threshold of, you know, what's healthy for me, and I just let it happen when I'm not supposed to let it happen, because at the end of the day, you know, it's just me, and I'm more affected by it. So I feel like this book is really gonna help me in that aspect of my life. Next book that I got, this book is actually this one is actually pretty funny how I got it. I was in the bookstore. Oh, I was in the bookstore. Oh, it's the wrong book. I was in the bookstore. This is called The Art of Seduction. So I was in the bookstore, and basically, like, I was really looking for Untethered Soul. And mind you, I haven't been in the library in a bookstore in years. Like, probably, no, not even in college. Like, it's been like almost 10 years. That's very sad to say, but yeah, it's been like almost 10 years. But this book, I came across it. I didn't even come across it inside the bookstore. When I asked for directions to look for the Untethered Soul, she sent me there, and she saw I was still struggling, and I was trying to act like I knew what was going on when I didn't. But she came over to help me, and there was this other young female. She was looking for a book, and she was just like, "Hey, can you help me find this book, The Art of Seduction?" And she was just like, "Oh, we don't keep that book back there. We had to keep it behind it. You know how the gas station, how they have certain things behind the glass, exactly behind the cash register?" She said they had to keep that book back there because it just ends up missing. Like, people are stealing these books, stealing this book specifically. And I was just like, really? That must be a really good book. So let me go ahead and grab this. And when I was checking out, I was just like, let me get that book that you were talking about too, that's behind the register. So I'm gonna read this book. I don't know how it's gonna affect my life, but I'm excited. All right, so this book is called The Science of Stuck. This book, my partner actually picked this book out. He said that it's probably, he started reading it actually already, and he was basically saying, like, there's different perspectives of being stuck, and this book is like mainly like a workbook. So not every part of the book is going to apply to your life. So it has like a context of like where you can skip around to where you can implement it into your life and what you resonate with and stuff like that. So he said that, you know, there's parts of the book where it's just like, hey, this is how you get out of a place if you feel stuck. Like you feel stuck in where you're at in life, what's going on, the job that you're doing, mentally, how you feel, how to get out of that. It also has something for people that are happy being stuck, and they're just happy with everything that's going on. They're happy with you know, just where they are in life and how to go about it. So this is for not just people that feel like they're stuck in a negative way, but they feel like they're stuck in a good way too. These other books that I got, one is called All That You Deserve. I actually got this from what is it called, Chattahoochee Food Works, something like that. I was with my friend and we went into this self-care store and got this book. I haven't started reading it yet, but basically it's like self-messages to kind of help you feel good about yourself and get you throughout the year. You could read like a page a day. Kind of get a skim of it, but it's really about self-worth. This is another book that's more about self-worth. It says everything you'll ever need you can find within yourself, basically. And this is I like this book. Like, I like this book because it's easy. Oh, I brought this on a self-manifestation, like peace manifestation retreat with these girls that I went on. I had such a great time on that retreat. There were some mornings that we woke up and we basically read a page from a book. We kind of went around a circle while making breakfast, reading a page from a book. I could read a page just so you guys could get a gist of like how this book is. But I'll have all the books down below too. All the links will be in the description and stuff like that. But you know, sometimes they're small phrases, sometimes they're big phrases. It's not just personally what you feel for yourself, but it's about other people too. Okay, like this. This one says, better off without you. Letting someone go doesn't always mean that you don't love them anymore. It means that you love yourself enough to become the person you need to be without them. That's just a mental clarity note. Like, that will make me feel good, you know, in the beginning of the day. Most of these, well, honestly, all of the quotes that I've been reading inside this book have been really good for mental notes that I can take personally each day and just feel more calm about and more peaceful. I'm chasing peace right now, if that makes sense. But yeah, other than the book, I also got these bookmarks. These bookmarks are so cute. Listen, if you want to develop a healthy habit, a quick way to jump into that and feel good about it and really be motivated to do it is to go shopping for it. You want to go to the gym? Get some gym clothes that you feel bomb in. So, you know how you have a stack of clothes that you don't wear because you don't have the function to go to with those clothes? If you buy a whole bunch of gym clothes, you're gonna have to go to the gym because you can't dress up like you're going to the gym everywhere else but the gym all the time. You're just gonna look, you know. So go shopping if you want to develop a habit of going to the gym and working out. Go shopping if you want to develop a habit of, you know, reading books. I got some cute bookmarks from Barnes and Nobles that I will start using. I actually started using 2 of them since I started reading. Before I was using ribbons, but I'm official now. But yeah, I just really wanted to share this experience with you guys. You know, I haven't really been doing vlogs lately, but this is kind of like a mini vlog, kind of an update of like what I'm doing and where I'm at in life, excluding all the other content as far as like, you know, hair and hauls and stuff like that. This is the more so personal aspect of my life, of where I'm at and what I'm chasing. So hopefully, you know, these books do help somebody out, like the books that I went over. If you guys are interested in self-development and just being a better person, all rounded, and chasing peace, having mental clarity, and being comfortable in your own skin at all times, because it's hard out here. Literally, it's hard because we have so many temptations. We have like social media that kind of warps our mind. We're exposed to so many things so many times of the day. But hopefully, you know, you guys could read some of these books. I'll give you guys the update of like how, you know, these books have helped me and how I feel about these books, what I love about these books after I'm done reading them. You know, I'll probably do a book review each book that I finished reading. It'll be a huge celebration, the first book that I finished reading and stuff like that. But I'll keep you guys updated. And if you have read any of these books that I was mentioning in the back, let me know, you know, how you feel about them, because I am excited about reading them. And if you guys have any other book recommendations for things that I was kind of, you know, touching on as far as what I want to work on for self-development, please, like, you know, put any suggestions down below. I'm open for suggestions, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.